This is section 2.8, part 2, where we are going to look at graphing linear inequalities in the xy coordinate plane. And the first thing we're going to look at is graphing inequalities with one variable. And so what that means is you're either going to have an x or a y in your inequality. And we're going to want to graph that in an xy coordinate plane. When you only have one variable, you're either going to have a vertical line or a horizontal line. Vertical straight up and down, horizontal straight left to right. Okay, so a nice rule of thumb is when you only have one variable in your inequality, or the same rule would be for an equation with one variable, is plot your point on the axis of the variable given to you. Right, so in number 1 we see y is greater than or equal to 1. What variable is given to us? Y. So I'm going to plot this point, plot on the y-axis. So I see 1. So I'm going to plot 1 on my y-axis, and I'm going to draw a line that's perpendicular to that axis. So it's going to cut right through that point at y equals 1. Now notice I've drawn a nice solid line because I have y is greater than or equal to 1. So no matter what point I choose on this line, whether it's 0, 1, the y value is 1. If I pick the point over here, 3, 1, what's the value of y still? Still 1. So any point on this line will satisfy this inequality because it's not only greater than, it's also equal to. Right? So that's why it's solid. And then any point above this line will also satisfy. So I have to shade greater than y, or greater than 1, so it's going to shade up. Alright, so when you are graphing linear inequalities in the xy coordinate plane, you will always be shading. Looking at number 2, we see x is less than 1. One variable, it's x, so I'm going to go to the x-axis, and I'm going to plot a point at 1. And then draw a line that's perpendicular to that axis, right? And in this case, it's going to be a dashed or a dotted line. And it's dashed or dotted because it's only less than. It's not less than or equal to. If I had an equal to sign, I would need the solid line. So now I see it's less than 1, so I want to shade all values of x that are smaller than 1. So that's everything in this direction. And I'm done.